populate our dungeon. Sorcery of 5. Traps of 5. And a monster of 5. Oof, that is rough. Well, we have a 15, which means everything's going to move to the right, where the sorcery will defend the monsters. The traps will perform a standard attack, and the monsters will perform a standard attack while being defended and stun the warrior. I will activate my crossbow and hope for some good rolls. 5 and 5. I think I'll take the 5, and I'll place that on the thief. We get our second. 5 and 2. I will place the 2 on the wizard and hope for a really good roll with the warrior. A 6 and a 2. Put that 6 on the warrior. We'll resolve our attacks. Remember, our warrior is stunned by the monsters. The sorcery is defending the monsters, meaning the thief can go. The thief gets a +2, taking it up to 6, which is enough to take out the traps. The warrior does not get to go because they are stunned, bringing us to the monsters, who will do a regular attack first on the wizard, and they're strong enough to take the wizard out. Again, that +3 bonus is for the wizard's attack, not the defense. There is no wizard left, so that is the end. We succeeded with a 5. The dungeon eliminated the wizard, which was a 2, giving us a total of 3 in the White Feather Mountain. Well, the 3 would get us one of these first 2. They both have 2 victory points. They're both defenses. So we could have the thief or the wizard defended, and that means that the hero cannot be targeted by attacks, which also applies to instant kills, so they could not be targeted by that. They could still be stunned, but the defense is really strong, unless it's one of the attacks in the Dark Tower, which breaks through defense. I'll go with the wizard. So we'll select those robes and protect the wizard. It's worth 2 victory points, which is the same here. And if I went for the Eni, I would have had 2 victory points also, but I wouldn't get the added benefit of the defense if I were to go with that one. So I'll stick with my choice there. The monster would have been a +1, so it would have actually been a 6 instead of a 5. I forgot to rotate the die, but it didn't come into play because it was defended the whole time. We placed our 2 dice up here. There are no locations that have 2 or more above them. We did succeed, so we can go ahead and pick a location. I do not want to destroy my treasure, so I don't want to pick one of the broken locations. We don't seem to be rolling or eliminating many 3s, so I'll take a chance, place an inactive token there, and hopefully it does not become activated, because if it does, we lose the game. I want to have plenty of victory points in treasure before I make my next trip into the Dark Tower. Right now we only have 3, which means we'd have to at least have a victory worth 6 to get our second relic to win the game. So I will go ahead and take a shot in the Crypt of Terrors. So we'll populate the crypt with a sorcery of 5. I feel like I've rolled 5 for sorcery a lot. Oh no, this is not good. Traps of 6 and a monsters of 5. Definitely a very bad group of rolls for us. That will make a 16, which will bring everything to the right. Sorcery will do a standard attack and stun the wizard. The traps will defend the monster. And the monsters will perform an instant kill on the warrior and the thief. Now we can choose to activate a treasure. The wizard will get a +3 anyway thanks to the relic, but the thief will be attacked right away because of the standard attack with sorcery. So unless we get a 6 for the thief, we're in trouble. Alright, I'm going to activate the defense on the wizard. Use those robes from the mountain. Need some good rolls here for our heroes. 3 and a 4. That's not too good. I don't want the crypt to gain too much. So I'll put the 3 on the thief, because the thief is going to be taken out. And the thief, the 3 or the 4, would not have been able to attack anything. So I'll mitigate my loss by putting the lowest one that I rolled so far. So we got a 4 and a 4. I'm in trouble here. I'll take the 4, place it on the wizard because he's going to get that +3 anyway. And we need a really high roll for the warrior here to have a shot at anything. Well, we got a 6. So we'll place the 6, I think. Before I place it, let me think about it. Okay, I think I got it figured out. So we will take that 6 for the warrior. First, we have the standard attack from the sorcery. It hits and eliminates the thief because that's the next character in line. The thief does not get to go. The traps are defending the monsters. The warrior does go and will eliminate the sorcery, freeing the wizard from being stunned. Then the monsters will do an instant kill on the thief and the warrior, so the warrior is taken out also, leaving our wizard, who gets a +3 from that relic, making that 4 at least a 6, and that's enough to take out the traps. We succeeded again. We got 11 versus the dungeon's 9. That'll give us 2 to use in the crypt. I think we need to take the haste to allow the wizard to go 5th before the monsters, because we're going to lose this here because of the darkness. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take the staff because darkness will spread. These 2 6s are going to go there. Then we have a 5 and the 3. And since the first thing is to check for 2 or more above it, which means that darkness space will get an inactive token and breaking one of our active treasures, which there's only 1 of. So that one is eliminated and taken out. Our robes are destroyed. We still have a couple treasures remaining. Again, I forgot to increase the monster by 1, but it was defended the whole time and did not affect anything once again. I'll try and remember it this time. I only have 3 as far as victory points go. So going into the Dark Tower would mean I would need at least a 6 to succeed and get that final relic, so I think I still have to go over here. I'm going to take it fairly easy, and I'm going to go into the keep on the hinterlands, and we'll populate it. Of course, we rolled super high. So we have a sorcery of 6, traps of 3, and a monster of 6. Wow, that is terrible. That is a total of 15, which means the sorcery will defend the traps, who will do a standard attack, and the monsters will stun our wizard. We will activate the staff so the wizard will get to go before the monsters, and hopefully that will help since our wizard will get a +3. We'll roll our first 2. We got a 4 and a 1. We need a 6 badly. We'll take that 4, place it on the wizard, who is stunned. With that +3, we'll be able to attack if we can find a way to unstun ourselves. Hopefully we can get a good roll. A 5 and a 3. That is not going to cut it. We'll place the 5 with the warrior. And we need a 6. No. They're both 3s, so it has to go on the thief. This is not going to go well for us. The sorcery is defending the traps. The thief can attack with a 3, which will do us no good. The traps will do a standard attack with a strength of 3. The warrior defends. The stunned wizard manages to defend, but the thief will be eliminated. Which brings us to our warrior, who will be able to do nothing. Our wizard would have gone before the monsters, but they are stunned, and the monsters do nothing but stun the wizard. That was a very uneventful and not very useful turn for us. We managed to eliminate nothing, so we will not gain any treasure points. This 3 would go here, and the darkness will spread. There are no spaces with 2 matching dice above it. If the current adventure in any dungeon was a failure, place an inactive darkness token on one of the spaces in the darkness track that has a die above it, if possible. We cannot, because there's already an inactive token there, so we will place it in another vacant space. And so I don't destroy my treasure, we'll choose this space here to put our inactive darkness token. There's nothing in the co-op rules that talk about hirelings except that the magical hireling works differently if you have that treasure. So I think hirelings are still available. I failed. I'll place my token on the castle. And now I have a choice. Do I want to delve into the Dark Tower and hope for a really high result, or try to go after another treasure here because we only have the 2 empty spaces left on the darkness track? I think I'll go one more round back in the keep on the hinterlands. Let's populate that dungeon. Man, sorcery of 6. There we go. Traps of 1, monster of 4. And again, the monster should be 1 higher at a 5. I know I made that mistake a couple of times. Hopefully it didn't change the outcome too much. 6 and 5 is 11, plus 1 is 12. So the sorcery will defend the traps, who will do a standard attack of 1. And the monster will do an instant kill on the thief. I'll choose to activate my crossbow to give my thief +2. We rolled a 3 and a 3. We'll take the 3 and place it on the thief, who's going to get a +2. A 6 and a 6. Well, we'll place that on the warrior, and our wizard will get a 2 or a 3. I'll take the 3. And I have that hireling that I could roll again. Let's see. We'll go ahead and roll and see if we get anything better. A 2, so we're not going to replace anything. Our sorcery is defending the traps. Bring us to our thief, who gets a +2. That 3 becomes a 5. The thief will attack the monsters. The traps spring with an attack of 1, which is not strong enough to take out any of our adventurers. The warrior, with a 6, will attack the sorcery and take it out, releasing the defense on the traps. Bring us to our wizard, because there are no monsters, and the wizard will eliminate the trap. An excellent result in the keep on the hinterlands. We have a total of 12 for treasure, and we will take this 9 down here in the any column for 5, so we can go into the Dark Tower next. Darkness will spread, so we have a 1, a 5, and a 6. There's no doubles. We didn't fail, so we can pick a location. And we'll choose here. And it's going to destroy an active treasure, which we only have 1 of, so the crossbow is taken out. I think now is the time to go for the Dark Tower and the win. Let's populate it with a sorcery of 4. That might be the lowest sorcery we've rolled the whole game. A traps of 1, looking good. Monster of 5. Oh, I thought that was going to roll over to the 1. We have a total of 10, which will bring the sorcery here, which will defend the monster, stun the wizard. Here we'll get a attack that can break through defense and instantly kill the warrior. And we'll have an instant kill on the thief and the wizard. And I almost forgot again. This should have been a 6 because of the dungeon being empowered, which means we have 11 now, which would move this to here with a attack and then the instant kill on the wizard, and the 11 would still go to this same spot with the instant kill on the thief and the wizard. That may actually work out for us because now the warrior is not being targeted with an instant kill. We will activate our staff which will allow the wizard to go before the monsters. We're going to need some good rolls though. A 5 and a 1. We'll put that on the thief. That way the thief can go and attack this sorcery to release the defense on the monsters. A 4 and a 2 for... We'll take the warrior with the 4. And anything but 2 1s. A 3 and a 1. So we'll put the 3 with the wizard. The sorcery goes first. It is defending the monster and stunning the wizard. Next, our thief can attack with a strength of 5. And the thief will take out the traps, which means the traps, which were 3rd, do not get to go. Our warrior can attack with a strength of 4 and will go after the sorcery, which will eliminate the defense on the monsters and free the wizard from their stunned state. Remember, our wizard is hastened and will get to go before the monsters with an attack of 3 plus 3 from the relic for a total of 6. And that is enough to eliminate the monster before it can attack. And that gives us an absolutely amazing success in the Dark Tower with a total of 11. And we didn't lose a single hero. 11 is more than enough. And that will gain us another relic. We'll take the acorn for 10, giving us our 2nd relic. And when you place a treasure token on a relic, if at this point 2 relics are captured, the players win. And that was a playthrough of the co-op version of Postcard Dungeons. I know I made a mistake several times in not increasing the monster die by 1. Hopefully it didn't throw it off too much, but it still gives you an idea of how the co-op version plays. There is additional content besides the base game and the co-op version. There is also a mega dungeon card that adds a couple more locations to go to and the mechanic of needing keys to get into the lower reaches or the lower depths. There is a player's compendium that's double-sided where you select one of the factions and it gives you special abilities. Like if we look at the Elves Guild, it says the elves are natural wizards. Your wizards get +2 when attacking. So the players can choose one of these factions to be, and they do different things depending on which side you're on to add a little bit of additional powers or replayability to the game, especially when you're doing multiplayer against each other. You can have your separate factions that you play with. There's a very useful Master Delvor's reference card. I think this is on the print and play files also, that you can use to help keep track of what the icons are. That way, if you only have 1 copy, you don't have to keep flipping over the main board to see what's going on. And finally, there is a legacy sticker set. I haven't really looked in to see how this works yet, but these stickers can be cut out and placed on the card in different spaces, but I don't know how this works. I haven't looked into it yet. I have additional copies of all of these that I got during the Kickstarter. You can get these printed out copies in color on the website also for a cost. There is also the print and play files that you can download for yourself. If there's enough interest out there, I'll do a future giveaway where I'll send the winner 1 copy of each of the cards for the game, including all of the different expansions, the Mega Dungeon, the Compendium, reference card, base game, co-op version, factions, everything. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough of Postcard Dungeons. It was nice to get back to a low-cost option after the Reckoners. I think that's close to $100 to get a copy of that game from what I saw. So I wanted to go back to something simple that anybody could afford, even if they're just doing the print and play version, which is in black and white. You can get that, and most of us have dice and tokens laying around. So for the cost of just printing it out, you can go ahead and have a fun, quick little dice chucker to play with friends and solo also. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all of your amazing support, and I'll see you in my next video.